My name is Elise Shuford. I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia, and I've been at Shepherd's Gate for a little over a year. Growing up, I was in a one-parent household. I can't remember my dad ever being around. Then as I got older, and I'm more aware, I started to see like a lot of things that weren't normal in a household. My mom dealt with a lot of depression. She got diagnosed with bipolar disorder. As I got older is when I really just started to get into a lot of depressive episodes myself. But that's when I started to get into like drinking, smoking, just hanging around the wrong crowd. My mom herself was drinking and coming late hours of the night. So my main goal in high school when I did graduate, I actually was going to go into the military because I took the ASVAB and got a very high score. During that time, though, I got into a relationship. So this was my first love. I ended up getting pregnant in high school. My mother was talking about moving. I would cry every day because I'm like, I'm pregnant. I can't tell you because I know how you act and I know that it'll be a big blow up. I'm scared. I don't trust you with this information. I ended up having to tell her. So he had to live with us. And then because he had to live with us, my mother's like, you guys cannot be here and not be married. So I got pregnant. I did graduate school, but I got married that same year as well, like right after graduation. I ended up staying in Augusta, Georgia. And I ended up just, I was working multiple retail jobs. I held like 2 jobs at a time. I lost my first baby. And so in that time frame, I feel like I was just numb. The relationship started going bad. I was 20. I had my now son, Caden. He's 10 years old. I was really like depressed because my husband at the time, he would not only, sneak around, cheat, hang out with his friends all day. All we do is get high. I go to work, come back, party. There's no life in that. My main goal was I wanted to provide for my son. But I was so used to having someone with me. I didn't know how to be alone, and that scared me. I know God was telling me to just, trust him. I just couldn't do it because I wasn't used to it. I was used to people saying they loved me and treating me horrible. My mom, my husband. So he ended up getting into the military, and we moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina. He started to get meaner. We ended up leaving Fayetteville after maybe 3 years. He had nowhere to go. I lived with my mom. I took my son with my mom. I was just working out there, the same old thing. But now I'm back in the same cycle. I really had nowhere to go. I had nobody. I had been trying to move in with other people. Something always would happen. My ex, he's the least person I would expect, the last person I would expect to help me. But he called me and said, you can rent this room, this other room that I have. That situation started to turn bad. Of course, after a few months, he would still threaten me physically, cuss me out in front of my son. This is crazy. I don't want to do this. I need to be out of this environment. So I went for like a conference. It was like a spiritual conference. And I came back. We had one of the biggest blowouts that we've ever had. And then he just beats down the door. Literally breaks it open. I'm recording him. He breaks my nails. I met a girl at the conference that I went to. Her name is Deja. The guy that was at the conference with me and my sister, he told me later on, the Lord kept putting on his heart to ask Deja about her story. So the conference was over. Holy Spirit tells him to drive to a gas station. So he goes to the gas station. He's like, literally, Deja's right there. And she walks over to him and is like, hey, I meant to tell you about my story. So she starts telling him about what she's been through, everything that she's had to overcome and how she got into the ministry, everything. He texts me and says, God says everything's going to be okay. And I sent him the video immediately. And he's like, leave that house now. Text Deja. Here's her number. Talk to her now. I got our plane tickets and packed up a few suitcases, and me and my son got on a plane to come out here to Shepherd's Gate. When I first got to Shepherd's Gate, I didn't know what to expect. What really sold me on it was it's Christian. Like, if I'm going somewhere and they have a foundation of the word, then I'll be fine. I really liked Shepherd's Gate having, different Bible study options. The classes were really good. I just learned so much about me. I learned about relationships that I've been in, not only with my mother and my ex, but with different people. They had books that we would read that kind of were like really eye-opening. A lot of accountability. You're taken care of, it's such a peaceful feeling to know that I don't have to get up and toil and strive as I'm trying to heal. I can heal here. I lost the weight that I've been wanting to lose for years here because of the structure, having that program to go through. I started to learn how to manage different things in my life, how to be on time. I got therapy. Caden even got therapy. I had options for programs for him to do basketball, even down to like my orthodontic work, which was something big in my mind. I'm like, this is big. I need my braces taken off. God was taking care of everything. He's truly in this place. I know for sure that in 3 years, I want to be working full blown as a business owner. Here, after I finished my program, I was able to go to school for aesthetics. And I literally just got licensed 2 days ago. So I passed my exam, which is something I've been wanting to do for years. The career advisor here, she basically sent me a list of scholarships and was like, you should just apply. I was just praying. I know that with you with me, anything can happen. So Shepherd's Gate not only gave me some money towards it, but this other institution did as well. And I was just like, wow. In long term, my goal in my heart has always been to help women and children. I want to have either a program like Shepherd's Gate, or I want to be that person that connects women and children to different organizations. I do know that a lot of people watching this testimony are supporters, donators, and volunteers for Shepherd's Gate. And it's really just my heart to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Without this program, I don't know where I would be right now. I would probably still be stuck, in the same situations. So I'm truly thankful.